Hello, hello, hello. Thank you for joining us for another episode of the Serenity Resource Connector. Last week, we had conversations with some vibrant young people from in Clarendon sharing how they're taking action in their various communities. And we are keeping the pace because this week we're going to be having conversations with a couple of young people as well, and not so young, young at heart. But we're going to be talking about Miss Jamaica Festival Queen competition. And if you did not know before, it's actually a platform for cultural ambassadors and nation builders. So stay tuned as we get the conversation going, have a discussion about what the Jamaica Festival Queen competition is all about. We'll hear from the reigning queens, a couple of the reigning queens themselves, as they share about their journey. But before we bring the queens on, I'm going to invite on Marjorie Leyden-Kirton, Director of Communities Cultural Development Services Division, with over 22 years of outstanding service at the Jamaica Cultural Development Corporation, affectionately known as the JCDC. And only recently, she completed a year as the Acting Executive Director, a former parish queen herself, trained mediator, justice of the peace, serving in the Lay Magistrate Association, while she's making her contribution to cultural preservation and development at the national level. So help me make welcome the beautiful Mrs. Marjorie Leyden-Kirton. Welcome to the Serenity Resource Connector space.
Thank you so much. It is my delight to be joining you. I'm looking forward to the program tonight.
Awesome. It's great to reconnect after so many years. I met you many moons ago. Interestingly, while I was the chair for the Miss Clarendon Festival Queen
Clarendon,
Committee.
yes,
So,
yes,
that's very dear to my heart.
absolutely. Yes. And
Yes.
we're delighted that you continue to work with culture and have included us this way.
Awesome. My pleasure to share and serve and facilitate in whatever way I can, all in the name of development. All right. Good evening, Myrna Lee Holmes. Thank you for joining us. And the others who are joining, thank you so much. Thank you so much. So let's lay the foundation a bit because many people see Miss Jamaica Festival Queen as a beauty contest, but it wasn't it?
It was. So, way back before most of your audience, way back in 1963, as a government, we worked with the beauty competition at that time. And so we ran the Miss Jamaica beauty competition way back in 1963. But as we developed as a country, we were placing a lot of emphasis on culture and its whole development. And so we shifted the focus from the beauty aspect and more on cultural awareness and contribution that young women would make to the country's development. And so in 1975, we had what they then call the National Culture Queen competition. And when that competition was held, the first person was a young lady from St. Elizabeth. Actually, her name was Lydia Malcolm. She was involved in education and she did a lot at that time to promote preserving our culture. But unfortunately, because it was a new program, it took a while for everyone to sort of get to the production of the National Culture Queen. And there was a lapse of about 10 years where we continued doing many other aspects. So they were involved with Miss Independence, Miss Heritage, Miss this. So there were a lot of offsprings to
Right.
the various competition. And in 1985, we came back to the cultural emphasis, and there was birthed the Miss Jamaica Festival Queen competition. So since 1985, which I think that if my calculation, if my math is good, is about 37 years. And so this year would be the 38th staging of the Miss Jamaica Festival Queen competition.
Wow, it's quite a stretch there for the
Yes.
name, which means that we are sticking to the whole aspect of cultural development, right? So, would you say that, and what else makes the competition different from other pageants? Because there are so
All
many
right.
others.
What makes it unique is that it focuses on the, I don't want to scare anybody, because when we say the intelligence, you know, a lot of young people say the beauty is what they would focus on. But yes, there is beauty, but there's an emphasis on culture and knowledge and awareness of your history, your heritage. Um, you have to be very involved in your community. And we always encourage the young ladies to have a project where they would make a positive contribution to their parish or their specific community development. And most importantly, we look forward to the talent that the
Oh,
young
yes.
lady would have. So there's an emphasis on that young lady having a talent that she can perform, and that helps in a way to draw others,
Yes.
towards you, because you are able to do something that is entertaining, and that helps and to make it different, a different kind of competition.
Yes. And I love it because it helps to identify and help these young women to actually connect with the different elements of who they are.
Yes.
And I mean, it's all about it's beauty, but more so inner beauty. It's developing the whole
Yes.
woman.
Yes.
So it's
And
yes,
and there was another thing that I found very interesting with this competition, is that it focuses on the Jamaican woman. It doesn't matter
yes,
it's not focusing on your physical looks. It's focusing on you as a
yes,
woman, as a Jamaican woman. And so we've had many queens of different sizes, different looks, everything, because it embodies who you are as a person, and the worth and the contribution that you can make.
yeah. And those are some really key differences in terms of what makes up the Jamaican woman, their own unique persona, and not any stereotyping.
No,
That's
exactly. That's
that's
exactly.
beautiful,
And that
right?
is not to say we do not look at beauty, because I'm sure everybody tells me I'm a beautiful person.
You are.
So we don't want anyone to think, but beauty, how we define beauty, as you say, there's no stereotype to it. It is
Yes,
the individual, what it is they display, what comes out, and you see that natural beauty.
indeed. And I believe this is a good time to bring on one of our queens, a
Yes.
reigning queen. So let me introduce to you all on this Serenity Resource Connector program, Dr. Dominique Reid, the reigning Miss Jamaica Festival Queen for 2021. She is rounding out her reign, and she is focused, fun loving dentist with special interest in oral health, volunteerism, music, gardening, and traveling. Very active in her parish of Manchester. Her philosophy: don't lower your expectations to meet your performance. raise your level of performance to meet your expectations. And that's from Ralph Marston. Her mission is to reach as many children as she can to ensure that there are healthy smiles for a brighter Jamaica. And you'll see why in a little while.
Ah, there goes the smile.
Let's, we have a little delay here, but just bear with us. The smile will stay on a little longer.
Yes.
See what's going on here.
Hello, good
Let's bring
night.
in. Awesome. Let's get you right in the middle. Welcome, Dr. Reid, to the Serenity Resource Connector space. Really great to have you.
Thank you so much for having me. This is really an honor to be here sharing with both of you and everyone online about the Miss Jamaica Festival Queen competition. So thanks again for having me. I'm excited for tonight to share about my experience and how it has been as the reigning queen.
Awesome. And so we're going to get right into the discussion with you telling us about what impact the competition has had on your life.
This competition has had such a great impact on my life so far. Even before entering, the competition has had an impact on me. I have been watching the Festival Queen competition for a very long time, following it because my mom, Carleen Kelly Reid, she was a former festival queen. So she was the first Miss Manchester Festival Queen to win the national competition for Miss Jamaica. So I was
Oh,
able to go to all the Festival Queen shows as a child growing up and getting to really admire the competition, getting to see all the queens unfold, show their personality, their talent. So I love the competition from such a small age that it has just constantly changed or impacted everything. I've been able to see the different talents every year, the different national projects that the queens come up with. So it was really exciting to now be able to not just watch it, but be a part of it and to see my own story unfold in history as now being one of the caliber of great festival queens, great Jamaican women who are able to, make a difference in their communities and in Jamaica on a whole.
awesome. Beautiful. Beautiful. And as you shared that, I remember for the trainers in Clarendon, the young ones, when training is taking place, the young ones will be there every year. So
Yes.
I can understand how you're sharing being there and you're seeing, and then even the young ones, you'll see them while they the queens are practicing their turns. They'll be there doing their thing as well. So it becomes a part of
Yes. It
you.
becomes a part of you to really admire, to just watch it. And then you're like, I want to do that. Or you look up to them. So as a child, I remember looking up to the queen. So it's nice now to always remind myself, there's a little girl out there looking up to me, thinking, wow, she's who I want to be like. So it's a nice experience to be in this space and sharing with
Beautiful.
other queens as well.
Beautiful, beautiful. And as you said that, just share with us the highlights from your experience from the start of the competition, and now you're almost at the end of your reign. Just share with us the highlights. What have been there
So the
from the
year
start?
is coming to an end very quickly, but I have been able to really enjoy my reign thus far. My main focus, as you had said earlier, as I'm a dentist, I'm a dental surgeon by profession. So I thought it was really important to use my skills, my God given talents, if you want to say that, to impact Jamaica. Because this is, as Miss Leyden-Kirton had said earlier, this is a competition not about external beauty. It's not about just getting the crown and the sash, and then you don't see me for a whole year until it's time to give over the crown. It's really about, being able to to add to the cultural experience of Jamaica, but
Right.
also back to our various communities. Not just for me as a national queen on the national level, but for the parish queens as well at the parish level to give back to their various parishes. So this competition every year produces 13 nation builders, if you want to look at it
Yes.
that way, because
Yes, exactly.
we're all able to give back using this platform. So I have been able to give back through my national festival queen project called Project Healthy Smiles Jamaica. So my slogan was saving smiles for a brighter Jamaica, because I thought it was really important to, use my knowledge in dental health and dentistry to really impact others and to really reach out to the children of Jamaica and
Yes.
teach them about taking care of their teeth, because this is a part of our culture too, having nice smiles
Yeah.
and that's all a part of being Jamaican. So I wanted to be able to add to that. I did my project throughout my reign. My reign is coming to an end now, but I split this up into two phases. So phase one, I did dental health education, where I was able to, because of COVID, I did everything online on Zoom, but I was able to reach all of the educational regions right across Jamaica and see over 2,000 children. So I was able to teach over 2,000 children how to brush, how to floss, how to take care of their teeth. And it was such an interactive session, even though it was on Zoom, and that they were able to win prizes. So it was really a fantastic portion to be able to teach and educate our students. And then the second phase of my project, I was able to actually give free preventative dental health care to various students. So my target was 590 children, because I became the queen in the 59th year of independence, so playing on the
Right.
59. And my team and I was able to not just reach our target, but exceed our target and see
Wow.
over 600
100.
children, give them free dental exams, free dental cleanings, fluoride treatments, and then each child got a goodie bag and that kind of thing to take home. So it was a fantastic opportunity to be able to share and to give back to Jamaica, because a lot of the children were able to tell me that that was their first time seeing a dentist. So I was able to give them
Wow.
care that they would have never been able to receive if
Wow.
I wasn't doing this project. So this platform has been able to help me to help others and to really change their life for the good, because I don't want children to be afraid of the dentist. Dental anxiety, all of those things are very high in
Yeah.
Jamaica. So giving them a positive dental experience through this program, I know that all 610 students who have been able to impact will definitely have benefited and been able to share their dental knowledge with their friends, as well as to continue the good oral health practices going forward into adulthood. That's really the aim of my project. And now, thankfully, well, COVID is coming to a control, or to an end almost. I've been able to do almost phase one of the dental health education talks. I've been doing them now in person, because different schools have been able to invite me to come in person now that we've started back in person, to share with students. So I'm sharing and being able to educate even more than 2,000 children, which was done last year. So it has really been a fantastic opportunity to use this platform to do my national project. And I know that this is something that I would want to continue going forward, because I see how much benefit our young people have gotten from it.
Awesome. Really great job. Congratulations.
Thank you.
And
Thank
that,
you
I
very
see your mission is well on the way. It's well, right. But would you say this platform has helped you tremendously in terms of achieving that? Because this was your mission before the competition in terms of beautiful smiles.
So I've always obviously wanted to help Jamaica because I'm a dentist, but this platform gave me kind of the ability to do it. So you have an idea, you have a dream, but you're not sure, okay, how am I going to execute this? How am I going to let this happen? How am I going to maneuver all of the moving parts? But being in the competition and kind of having that push to do the national project, getting the help with planning, getting the support of JCDC sponsorship, and then having this platform to be able to say, I'm the Miss Jamaica Festival Queen. Would you be able to sponsor me? That kind of thing has really helped the project to come together, not just with our national sponsors, but other sponsors who have come on board because they know and they believe so much in the competition.
It's great that you mentioned that, because that is important, because we do have a number of businesses across the island who budget for this event each year.
Yes.
So that is really, really important. And being a part of the competition, you have persons buying in. So you have identified one of the benefits so far. Are there any other benefits that you can share that you were able to get from the being the reigning Miss Jamaica Festival Queen?
Well, of course, I've gotten a lot of personal development from it as well. During the 2 weeks that we had to go into Kingston as the parish queens and compete to see who would become the national queen leading up to Emancipation Day, we had a lot of training. I really commend the JCDC for the attention to detail that they do with the planning of the competition, because it's not just about, okay, beauty, yes, they do teach us, grooming, how to do your makeup, like those etiquettes, like those things that obviously you would need as a queen going to different events, but just things that you'll take into everyday life. We learned speech and diction. We learned about culture, and they really went in depth with it, teaching us the traditional culture, folk forms. So it was really, and then still keeping with the pageants things as well. So we learned to walk and poise, as I said, etiquette before. So it was a very wholesome and comprehensive training that I know, even if you don't win at the national level or even just at the parish level, we had these training opportunities as well, with answering questions, being able to do interviews like this. We were trained for it. So it really helps you going forward in your everyday work life, because you will have opportunities in work or school where you may need to speak, public speaking, answering questions, sharing about culture of your parish or your country. And JCDC trained us or prepared us for all of those different events or activities that may come about. So I've gotten a lot of personal development from it as well. It helps you to really get out of your shell and be really the essence of what a Jamaican is, because Jamaicans, we're not shy and closed in or to ourselves. We're very outgoing, we're very outspoken. So it's really I've really gotten a lot of personal development as well from this whole experience.
Fantastic. Uh, Mrs. Mrs.
Yes,
Leyden-Kirton?
I wanted so much to add
Yes.
to what Dr. Reid, Dominique has said. This personal development, I can be a testimony that this is something that will be with you for the rest of your life. Looking at me, the personal developments that I gain out of the competition, right up to over 30 years, I am still displaying, because oftentimes people will say, I love how you walk, they love how I stand, the way you dress. These are things, they are added value to your life, and they are things that you never lose. So in this competition, even if you are not the winner in your parish, but you're a part of the competition, you're gaining so much, as they would say, added value to
Indeed.
your life. So I would say to any young woman out there, if you're looking at the competition, and even if you feel scared that you may not be the winner, look at it in the positive, that you will be gaining so much in terms of personal development, that just being a part of the competition is worth it. And there is also, and I know Dr. Reid is going to agree with me on this one. Public speaking.
Oh,
This
yes.
is an
Definitely.
area because as a queen, you are being called on to participate in so many function events that you cannot but help being a good public speaker. You know, you have to stand in front of that audience, you have to deliver, you have to know how to extend the voice, everything, and just the pronunciation of your words. So you're really gaining and never losing in this competition.
Definitely.
Indeed. And we have a king in our midst. Rajiv is saying he thinks that JCDC needs to consider hosting a festival king. And I must
Ah,
agree with Rajiv. If we're talking about personal development for the female, we need to have the king being
True.
that is
groomed
so
as well.
true.
Yes.
And you know, Manchester, the parish of Manchester, they're very innovative because a few years back, they created this program called Prince and Princesses. Yes, and so they actually have a competition in which little boys are a part of it, and we crown them as prince, you know. But I can understand if it would be worth it if we can extend the competition to include Mr. Festival. And that is something we can certainly look at. In this 60th anniversary, I don't know, maybe the planning time would be a little late to do it for this
Yes.
year. But certainly, that is something I'm going to take back to the drawing board and see if we can incorporate something like a Mr. Festival.
Sounds good. And we'll be following up on that. We'll be following up on that because it makes sense. If we are developing our women, we want to develop the
Develop our
men as
men
well,
too.
Or
right?
men, yes, yes.
Yes. All right. So, all right. So you heard it here on the Serenity Resource Connector. The JCDC will be looking into
Yes.
JCDC Festival. All right. But does the beauty queen stereotype affect the festival queen based on your experience? You've been there for over 22 years. Has it affected the competition?
You mean the aspect about beauty?
Right. It's-
I don't personally think so. I actually believe that because we do not focus on the physical beauty and the stereotype of what a model should look like, I think it has been a credit to the competition because a lot of our young women feel comfortable being a part of the competition, and we have benefited from that because over the
awesome.
years we've seen some very strong, talented, intelligent young ladies who have been a part of the competition. So I wouldn't say it has taken away from anything, but what it has shown is that beauty is personified not just by the physical look, but as the whole, what it is you are able to do and to deliver.
Indeed. Well said. Well said. For our live viewers, and even if you're watching the replay, share with us in the comments if you have a different perception. We'd love to know. And also, do you think the competition is outdated? Let us know. There's been a lot of changes before.
Yes.
Right, so let us know. I'm sure the JCDC would love to hear from you on that. What are your thoughts? Do you think the competition is outdated? And of course, if you're saying that, we want to get some ideas as to what else you'd want to see, what can be done to enhance the competition for greater interest. And I'm going to pose that question to you, Dr. Reid. Is there anything you believe that could be done to enhance the competition based on your
Well,
experience?
I think that the competition is very holistic so far. I
Yes.
do think adding a festival king would definitely add to
All
that.
right, Vijay.
I actually had that view for a little while now because, you know, as a festival queen, little girls will look up to look up to us. As a little girl, I used to look up to the festival queen. So I know
Mhm.
that, you really get to become a role model for our young women and our little girls so they can look up to you. But we need role models for our men, especially
Yes.
because in our everyday spaces, sometimes homes, churches, schools, men or little boys don't have that male role model or
Yes.
positive male role model that they can look up to. So I know that having a Mr. Jamaica Festival King, being a
Mhm.
role model, being able to reach out to little boys, teach them about, being what it's like to be a man, that kind of thing. Just being a positive influence, showing them that men can give back to the community too.
Yes.
We
Indeed.
only need women to, uphold our community. We need our men to be involved as well. So that would definitely be a positive impact or a positive spin on the competition. But I would love to disagree with the thought that the competition is outdated or
Yes.
not needed, because it is, especially in this time now where a lot of our young people, we don't have a sense of identity as to where we're from.
Yes.
We have lost our cultural identity. We tend to gravitate. As a young person, I can tell you, going on social media in that space, you tend to gravitate to the American culture, the foreign culture in general, and you forget about who you are as Jamaicans. So having the JCDC, the Cultural Development Commission, have a competition
Yes.
like this that has ambassadors for culture, not just for Jamaica, but for each parish. So, like on a local
Yes.
level now, is very, very important because we need persons like myself, persons like other parish queens to go into our schools, talk to the members of our culture clubs in our schools as
Yes.
well, our communities, let them know about the culture because we're not gonna learn it on social media anymore
Yeah.
because our culture is being drowned out. We're not gonna learn it in school sometimes because I don't even know if they still teach civics. I've been out of primary school so long. I don't know if they still teach civics and those things that teach you about the culture. But we need persons like us to be cultural ambassadors. So it's definitely not outdated because our culture or where we're from, our roots can never be outdated. And I think another thing that makes this competition so important, as we had all emphasized before, is the fact that it doesn't focus on external beauty. Our beauty standards in Jamaica have really deteriorated.
Change. Yes.
But I don't really know a better way to express this, but the fact that we feel like we have to have straight hair to be beautiful, we have to have lighter skin to be beautiful,
Mhm.
be very skinny or small waist, and we have to be perfect. We have to be this particular height, this particular shape. We have to look this way in a swimsuit. Like all of these things are causing our young people to not be confident about themselves and to not think that they're beautiful. So knowing that a little girl in primary school, grade one, grade two, grade three, will see a queen like me with natural hair, black skin, not the slimmest, that kind of thing, they will know that I don't
Perfectly
have to
you.
be, I don't have to be this size or this color or this height to be a queen. No matter how I look, I am still a queen because a queen, it comes from within, or being a queen comes from within. So this competition is definitely not outdated. We need more competitions like this. I think there was mention about a competition that was starting that wasn't allowing their contestants to have bleached skin. And I really agreed with that because we need to show our young girls that beauty is not just skin deep. It's who you are as a person, or you can contribute to your community, what's up here, because this never goes away. And,
Indeed.
just being confident in yourself no matter how you look. And this competition has really continued to produce beautiful, black, all sizes, all heights, all educational background queens, year after year after year. Even queens who haven't won. So of course I have to take the opportunity to boast about my parish. Manchester had a previous Miss Manchester Festival queen, Lanicia Roden, who she didn't win at the national level, but she implemented her parish project so well that now it has become a non-profit organization. It's called YMOP, Young Men of Purpose, Young Women of Purpose, and now it's become where she gets like thousands of dollars in sponsorship from persons who see how important her
Glo-
project is.
yes, global sponsorship too.
Global sponsorship,
Global.
because and that all of that would have been birthed just from this competition. That would not have come about. And think about how many persons she would have been able to impact with that project that started from the Miss Jamaica Festival Queen competition. So it is definitely not outdated. Producing more nation builders in a time like this is definitely not outdated. Producing more cultural ambassadors in a time like this is not outdated. And just producing more positive role models for our young people, not just culturally, but as I said, physical, to show them that it doesn't matter about your physical appearance is
Yes.
really, really important in this time. Going into
Yes.
Jamaica 60 and beyond, we need
Yes.
more. If we could have a Miss Jamaica Festival Queen every month,
Every
we should.
month it would be
We
worth
need
it.
more queens.
Yes.
We need more ambassadors for our culture.
All right. With that said, before I get there though, I did invite on the young people from the previous episode and ask them to invite others from their group. That's the youth leaders in Clarendon, because
Okay.
they're working on these really impactful projects in their community. So that's what the Serenity Resource Connector is here about, to highlight some of the areas that you can actually look to. Because here's a platform where you can be a part of it to help with your personal development, the grooming,
Mhm.
and get an opportunity to actually highlight some of these different projects that you're working on. As Dr. Reid shared, she actually got expert guidance in terms of her project, and it's the same at the parish level. For the parish queen, there's guidance, right, Mrs. Leyden-Kirton? Yes,
Definitely.
Yes, yes. As I said, in this competition, you are gaining so much. And I don't know if I'm going to what they say, go too far away from the festival queen, but I also wanted to mention that the other competitions also have elements of personal development. There is the festival song, we do workshops, we train people on how to use the platform, how to use a mic, how, all these things. All our competitions have development aspects to them. So there is never any taking away from yourself. It's always gaining more once
indeed.
you come to our competitions.
Right. And what I noticed through too from my time as the chair for the committee is that there's this sisterhood that develops among the young women once they come into the
Yes,
competition.
yes,
And a number of them were connected and remain connected over years and develop a really meaningful bond. So even for those who, because you can only have one queen at the parish level, but
each
they
time,
all
right.
in as queens. So it's just that one crown, but the family unit that you get from it just helps to enhance the individual and the community in general. Because if each young lady that leaves that training ground goes back to impact their individual
And
communities,
there
that is where the beauty takes place,
Yeah.
right? With
yes.
that being said, Dr. Reid, what can the past queens, the current queens do in order to spread this good news?
Well, I would say just continue to be yourself. Use whatever platform you have, whether it's social media, your work, your community, to tell others about the good that is, JCDC and the competition. Because for me, I have been sharing on social media my journey, things I've been doing, as the reigning queen. And so many persons have reached out to me, have messaged me, oh my God, I love what you're doing. How do I get involved? Or just being myself, just sharing my journey and the things I've been able to do with this platform. Persons have reached out to me. So it has really helped to build a little community, as said before, of queens. But just persons know, okay, I can just message the queen and ask her, how do I get involved, or what can I do to do this? So it has been it has been good to have this platform, because persons get to ask you questions about the competition, and you get to share the positive experiences. All the experiences, like all of them have been positive, from this competition.
Okay, awesome. All right. That being said, your reign is during the basically the height of the pandemic. How did that impact your duties as the reigning queen?
So the pandemic had made things a lot different for me. When I had first planned the project, it was supposed to have 3 phases and not 2. But because of everything with the pandemic, no face-to-face schools, that kind of thing, it changed up then how I would execute the project. But it didn't change the passion that you have, or that I have, for what I had set out to do. So I was still able to execute everything even during the pandemic. So that's to show you that our queens, myself, or other parish queens as well, and the queens to come, because we have to learn to live with COVID now, showing you that our Jamaican women, we are versatile. We can turn we hand and make fashion. It don't matter if we're in a pandemic, we can still do what we have to do and get it done, effortlessly or seamlessly, to get or to achieve our goals. So this is just to really show, or this competition can be used to show young persons that you can't use COVID as an excuse, because no matter what, even if we're in a pandemic, even if you're going through different struggles or things are going on, you can definitely achieve everything you set out to achieve.
Indeed, and more because you exceeded your target.
Definitely, yes.
There you go. And you were able to reach many more young people because of the virtual space.
Yes.
So that's a beauty there. So any specific recommendations on coping in a pandemic for the incoming queen, if it is that we have to go through anything of similar nature?
I do believe that the show, because when I entered the competition, the show was virtual, because we couldn't have gathering, we had gathering limits. But I do believe Miss Leyden-Kirton can correct me that we will be going face to face this year for Jamaica 60. So that will be something very exciting for the queens or queen to come. Right, Miss Leyden-Kirton, we're in person this
Yes, yes, we
year.
are looking forward to the face to face and getting the support from all the parishes as we come together to have our usual dynamic show with the talent. Everybody looks forward to the talent pieces and to support their individual parish queens. So, yes, I'm confirming it will be face to face, and we cannot lose the virtual platform. So I believe we will also still have some form of online, showing
Or,
of the shows.
or definitely, because one thing we have to remember what the pandemic actually did, it actually connected us with the diaspora. And
Yes,
so we have to
yes, at a
maintain that
greater
connection.
level. At
Right.
a greater level.
Yes. So they're able to stay wherever because right now we have Dale T joining us from the other side of the globe.
Oh,
Greetings to
wow.
you, Dale T. Yes, he's greeting us. Right. He loves the show. UAE representing. That's all the way on the other side of the globe. So,
Wow.
right. So if we were having this
Somewhere in
discussion,
Europe or
it's in the
beyond
east,
Europe,
over in the Middle East,
the Middle East.
somewhere
Wow.
there, somewhere over that side. Right. I need to get it specific. Right. But if we're having this discussion in a physical space without the virtual connection, then Dalty and others who connect from the United States and other locations will not be able to benefit from this. And it's important that we keep
Yes,
all
the
our
virtual,
right,
yes,
right,
platforms, definitely.
indeed. All right. So things to happen. We have another queen joining us.
Oh, wow, that is
She
excellent.
made it.
Hi
Welcome.
everyone. Good evening. Good
Good
evening,
evening.
everyone.
Good
Glad you
evening.
could make it. I tell
Yes,
you,
supposed to be trying my utmost best. Cannot miss this one. Just
awesome.
Miss Clarendon.
yes, here.
Yes, I tell you, the and that's the whole versatility of the Jamaican woman, because there are so many things to be done, and we have to find a way to get it done right.
Exactly so. Exactly so. Speaking about resilience, speaking about strong women who, always show up, and despite the many interests and passion, you're just always trying to come through and to deliver and to show your best self. So I'm happy to be here, happy to be amongst royalty of every kind, and happy to share my views and to be in the chat.
Awesome. All right. We're going to give you the queenly treatment. So, Miss Dannae Reid is a self motivated, achievement oriented, outspoken, and industrious student currently pursuing a bachelor's degree in tourism management with a minor in journalism at the UA Mona campus. A Jamaica National Bank Youth Ambassador, recent Rex Nettleford Scholarship awardee, director for multiple ministries at her church, among other community involvement. And her philosophy is, "For I know the thoughts that I think toward you, saith the Lord, thoughts of peace and not of evil, to give you an expected end." And
That's
for
it.
us church going sisters and brothers, we know that from Jeremiah 29:11. Welcome again, officially, Dannae. It's
Thank
really
you
great
so
to
much.
have you. And we have a little time left, so we're going to invite you to share with us the highlights of your journey from the start of the competition, and you're almost at the end of your reign.
Yes.
What's it been like?
Yes. All right, it has been wonderful. It has been different because I've always grown up watching the Festival Queen competition with my dad, who is one of the main reasons why I've entered. And I've always loved the woman. Yes, big up my daddy all the time. I've always loved the woman who I've always entered from numerous background, from numerous beginnings, and always inspired to enter and entering. It. I have I can say I've had a different experience than what I've anticipated because of the pandemic. But despite all of that, I'm still driven. I'm still passionate about being a queen, about representing Clarendon. And it has been really great, meeting people, going about virtually and attending these events, learning more about my parish because being in this position, I've learned so much, and being able to show that and to teach others about the parish as well. So it has been truly wonderful. It has been truly different. And I know I'm making an impact when I see other females reaching out to me saying, "Hey, what is this about? I'm interested. How has it been for you? And all that good stuff." So it's truly great. I'm having a great time. A little sad that I have to go give up the crowd, but I know that I have played my part and willing to inspire others to continue the journey.
All
Yeah.
right.
It is also great to share the space with other queens. Yeah.
Indeed. And Mrs. Leyden-Kirton was sharing earlier, once a queen, always a queen.
Oh,
Always.
You never
Yes.
lose that. That's
always.
something that stays with you.
Yes.
And I've been saying that I am now like the grandmother of
Okay.
queens.
I prefer you say
Having
godmother.
had children, and now I'm a grandmother. So I'm like the grandmother of the competition.
Yes.
And I also like to share that I just celebrated my 60th birthday. I'm an independence baby, because I was born in the year of our independence. And I I love the fact that persons often say, that I still have that youthful image. And I believe a part of how I've grown up and what I've been involved in has kept me, because I've been very active
Oh, yes.
in cultural development from the time I was in Westmoreland, when I became the festival queen there in Westmoreland. And I work closely with communities. And it was because of my work in the communities. I'm a trained teacher that, and from there, I developed the love for the cultural development and found myself moving over to work with the Jamaica Cultural Development Commission. So it has been an exciting journey, where I've been able to not just speak about preserving my country, my culture, but actually working, with many others to do so, to help preserve our culture. And I've been doing this now for over 20 years, 20 years. So it has been a great experience.
Yes. And
And I
still doing it
wanted,
gracefully.
right, and I wanted just to point out that or those who may be interested in the competition, they are not late. Our deadline is extended to April 15th. And so they can come on in, come on over, get on the platform, register, and enter the Miss Jamaica Festival Queen competition.
All right, awesome. So I just dropped the handbook so you can get additional
Ah,
information,
nice.
right? And sharing the form so you can get signed up, and it will give you clear guidance on how to get your registration done. And you send that over to every Jamaican woman who you believe could benefit
Every-
from this platform. All right, so it's right there in the comments, the handbook. So wherever you are connecting from, the handbook is there that will guide you so you can have some additional information on the competition. So we are developing wholesome women. And the
Wholesome
more of
women.
our Jamaican women that we can develop kings, we are developing the queens. And yes, we're coming for you, kings, so we can bring you in the mix as well. Thank you so much for that, Reggie. Really useful comment.
Yes.
Ah, all right. One of our justices of the peace right there in Clarendon saying she is still pretty and beautiful for your age group
Wow.
as you
Up, up,
are. Thank
up.
you, JP.
Yes, yes.
Yes, there's a measure
Thank
of,
you so much. Thank you for that comment.
indeed. There's a measure of grace for those who continue to serve wholeheartedly.
Definitely.
Yes. All right. So, Dannae, I don't know if you were listening or something, but you answered about four of the questions that Dr. Reid answered earlier in one. Talk about the
Yes.
versatility of the Jamaican woman.
Yes.
Yes.
Indeed.
Mhm.
Right. Okay. Dale T say happy 16th birthday. You represent our culture and country very well. Great work.
Oh,
Thank you so much, Dale.
thank you.
Appreciate it. Yes. And we queens love to hear those things. Eh?
Yes, we do.
Indeed. Awesome. Right. So, ladies, you shared that you would have grown up watching the competition, right? But there are many other of our young women who did not have that privilege, maybe by virtue of the communities that they are from, the other dynamics.
Mhm.
How can we do more to highlight the competition? How can we improve on the visibility? All right, you're gonna share now. So because Mrs. Leyden-Kirton is taking notes.
Ah,
JCDC
yes.
team, yes, can get back to the drawing board and see what we can do. All right.
Um,
Dannae, you go first
I
and then
okay.
definitely. Oh, no.
Okay, no problem. All right, so I think what we need to do is to tap into the communities, tap into the different institutions. It can be a simple school tour, like a pop-up Queen Day, at the different schools, visit the women's centers, visit the different schools, tap into the organizations such as the church. Because I think a lot of my personality, a lot of whom I am today, surrounds my background of being in the church. So a lot of my
Yes.
involvement started there, and there are a lot of persons, a lot of youth in my community, and I know other, external communities who can attest to that. So tapping into the church, tapping into the community, having, an island wild tour, I realize now that we're opening up, loosening the curfew so we can get more in contact with persons. And there is nothing like there's a saying that says no man stands alone. So I see where JCDC can partner with so many organizations, so many groups to spread the culture of JCDC, what we're about, the different competitions, not only the festival queen competitions, but the gospel song, the dance, to get persons out and about, showcasing their talent, preserving, unearthing the talent, really. So to tap into those different institutions, take over even virtually. I see us doing a lot more when it comes down to our different styles of marketing. You have young persons who are in the universities who are literally studying marketing. So to tap into that kind of mindset, that brain, forums as this, getting these ideas, these brainstorming sessions to really get to persons, because this is a really great group. The JCDC organization is really great. And I really think we have the capability of spreading our wings, of expanding across Jamaica, of expanding internationally, even so, to get people to know more about us. Because it's really sad to know that persons don't know much about the competitions. And, when they do find out, they are so intrigued, they are so interested, and they want to know more. And so it's really good for us to have platforms like these and to develop on them to, reach more persons. So that's my take on it.
Fantastic. I love that. Love that. Dr. Reid?
I agree with some of the sentiments by Dannae in terms of reaching out to the schools, churches, and communities. But I think what JCDC can definitely do is to reach young people where they are. And right now, most young people age 18 to 25 are on the social media space. So getting JCDC up and about on not just our typical social medias, the Facebooks and the Instagram, but the new ones coming out too, the Instagram, the Snapchat, TikTok, all of these other platforms coming on social media. That's where our young people are. That's what they gravitate to now. And we need to find them where they are and encourage them to come to the JCDC Miss Jamaica Festival Queen competition and get involved. Show them the benefits of it. By showing what you can get from it from social, we can show them that on social media, and we'll be able to reach, as we had said earlier, the fact that the virtual or social media space helps us to reach persons locally in our community, but also our diaspora can learn about the competition. And the more people know, the more they will want to be a part of it. So I definitely think that, getting really involved on social media where the young people are will get our young women and our young men, hopefully, into the JCDC Festival Queen competition, but not just JCDC, but the other aspects of the festival as well. Because a lot of persons don't know the other moving parts, the festival song, the gospel song, dance. We don't really know much about it. So getting on social media, showing them about it, interacting with them in that space will definitely encourage more young persons to, remember this part of their culture.
Indeed.
Yes.
Can
Thank
I,
you for that. I've made my notes.
can I add to
I've
that
made my
too?
notes.
I can take this opportunity to encourage the upcoming queens to showcase more about their journey. I think myself and the other queens, especially the reigning queen, Dr. Reid, we're doing a great job, posting what the journey is like, visiting this school, visiting this organization, so the more we showcase what it entails, the more people will know more about
Will
us and know what
gravitate.
it's
Right.
like, because really and truly, growing up, I've just encountered the queens on the TV. You know, the coronation show, and you might see them at the, different, the main events, the main national events, and that is it. But you want to see every little detail, so to show more what the journey is like. What do you do in your year of Reid as a queen,
Yes.
as the gospel star singer, as a crowning dance festival entrant, or the different aspects. So to show more, be more open, to others, and showcase what we're about and what the whole life is about. We're in this crown.
Indeed,
Thank
and
you.
I
Thank you.
know we are at the a little over the 1 hour mark, but we can't
Wow.
leave. The time flies when you're having fun.
When you're having fun.
Yes. So, but we can't leave with just the highlights. We want to share because even preparing to go on stage, what were some of the challenges that you had to overcome? Because you have been groomed along the journey. I'm sure there were some little, I've seen it in the past, so share so that then we're starting with you again and then we go back to that.
Oh my God, challenges. I'm normally a go-getter. So whatever it is that I need to do, I'm going to put my mind to it and do it. I try to be my most confident self. So when it comes on to challenges, I think it will be preparing for that section of the coronation show, the question segment. You
Okay.
don't know what is coming. So I think the challenge was managing that anxiety. you
Right.
know okay, say I go to top five. What am I going to say? Am I going to stutter? This is live broadcasting. I can't, as a Jamaican, we can't flop my show, we can't give away 3 points, right? It was managing all of that anxiety, but trying also to have fun, because a lot of persons, remember, 14 queens, you're already a queen, but
We
there
are
can only be
all
one queen. But at the end of the day, we're all leaving, we're all representing our parish. So you want to ensure that you're having fun at the end of the day, but you want to put your best foot forward. So it's managing that anxiety, but ensuring that I can leave, the whole coronation show and say, yes, I'm proud of what I did. I had a great time, and I'm happy to talk about the experience. So it was managing the anxiety and ensuring that I still had a great time. That was it for me.
All right. So you're gonna do I'm giving you assignment. You're gonna do a video. I want to see a video. You're gonna tag me in it to say how you manage the anxiety because we want some practical tips.
Yes,
All right. So I'm gonna look out for that. So you're gonna
no
tag
problem.
me on the video, okay?
Will do.
And share it so other young women can get some tips on how to manage the anxiety because it's the whole phobia as it relates to public speaking because no matter how often you do it, there are times when you still
Still
have a little,
butterflies.
oh yes,
Butterfly,
Yeah.
yes,
indeed.
definitely.
Yeah, Dominique.
Well, nothing goes perfect. Everything will have its challenges. During the competition, of course, we would have had our different challenges during our training sessions with our trainers who would have said, you're not doing this right. This is how you can improve. But we take, or I know most of us or all of us who were in the competition, we took everything as a learning experience, as something to improve and better ourselves. So even the challenges, I spin it to a positive in terms of, yes, you may not be the best at this or they'll correct you on that, but how can I improve and how is this going to enhance me or improve how I am, personally, professionally as well. So we have, of course, had challenges during the show. Anxiety would have obviously been one of them. One of the other challenges for me would have been the fact that the show was closed. So, not having your family and your friends there supporting you would have also been a challenge. But knowing that, because it's broadcasted virtually, you have the support of hundreds of persons who you've never met before who are also cheering you on as well, which would make the challenge also a positive,
Yeah, yeah.
because you know that things will happen, on the night. Different things can happen that can make you nervous. Even during your reign, you can plan different events or plan, your project to this kind of way, but then it doesn't work out. So those challenges will happen. But as we had always said before, once a queen, you're resilient. Not just a queen, but a Jamaican woman, you are resilient. You take all these challenges and turn them into positives, which is really one of the most important things I've learned to, and then being kind of thrusted into the limelight, kind of being this local celebrity almost. Persons know you, and you always have to, uphold yourself, carry yourself in a certain way because, people are looking up to you at all times. Persons know you now, so you have to always dress a certain way, which is how it should be. We should be carrying ourselves this way all
Exactly.
the time, not just because. So this space, those challenges of being in the spotlight, knowing that okay, I have to really continue to be a role model because persons are always watching me, is definitely something that you have to get used to. So it can be a little challenging at first if you're shy or you're not used to it. But being in this platform, it can kind of bring you out of your shell and again turn that negative or that challenge into a positive.
All right. And some years ago, I was told that I have PMA. That's a positive mental attitude, and that's what you're describing right there. So you get thrown some limes, you make lemonade, right?
Yes.
That's right. That's right.
Indeed, indeed, awesome sharing, queens. Yes, and even when those tiaras come off and you hand it over to the upcoming queen, you'll always be a queen.
Yes, definitely.
Always be, right? And the beautiful Marjorie Leyden-Kirton is a testament of that, right?
Testament. Yes, a
Because
testimony.
yes, I would have met you over some good many years ago, and
Yes, you did.
you have not changed much,
Bless the Lord.
obviously at all.
Oh boy.
Awesome, really great sharing space with you. But final thoughts as we wrap. So we're gonna go
Right.
around. We're starting back with Dominique, then we go Dannae, and then this is Leyden-Kirton. You have the
All right.
final sharing. Go
Well,
ahead.
of course, I want to use the opportunity to encourage any young Jamaican woman watching this now that if you're thinking about it, or if the thought has crossed your mind, just do it. Even if the thought hasn't crossed your mind, let it cross your mind and then just do it. Once you sign up, you're not gonna regret it. Whether or not you take up the crown, whether or not you're the parish queen, whether or not you're the national queen, just being a part of this program or this competition will change you for the better, and that is for sure. In our space in Jamaica, we see so many persons that we look up to: Delia Harris, Crystal Tomlinson. All these people are past festival queens. These are people who persons look up to now, and they have that space. Jenny Small as well. She's a past queen. So a lot of the persons now who we consider our nation builders, who persons look up to, are products of this competition. So if you want to be a part of the legacy, a part of the sisterhood of queens, knowing that you'll be able to impact others. You will be a cultural ambassador for your parish or for your country or just your community, and you will be able to give back whatever talent you have. Even if you're whatever your profession is or whatever your skill is, you can use that skill and help others and really become a nation builder, which is what it's all about. We want each person in Jamaica to be able to reach to another one and help them all, because we are a brother's keeper. So this competition is something that I would really encourage anyone to enter, because I can't say anyone because I know we have a festival king coming up.
Love it.
So
Right,
something
over
I
to you.
encourage persons to enter
Okay.
coming up.
All right, wonderful. Well said, Dominique. I share the same sentiments. And I just want to add to say you are good enough. If you're hearing this, are you having insecurities? You're feeling as if even though you may not win, you are not good enough, you're not the queen material, you are good enough. And it's a competition for you. It doesn't matter your background, it doesn't matter what you're doing in life. Just ensure that you're within the age group and enter, put your best foot forward. See it as an opportunity to experience life, to see a new side to you. You know, I've grown so much personally and professionally. I've met so many people who are now impacting my life in numerous ways just by having this stash, having this throne, getting the molding. You know, the different training sessions have prepared me for public speaking, uh, prepared me for etiquette, being a lady. You know, you are good enough. Sign up, encourage somebody to sign up. It is about Jamaica. It is about you being a cultural ambassador. It is about you being your best self, your authentic self. Go ahead, do it.
All right. Might need to pay you both. Just do it.
All right. The young our queens have spoken so well. There isn't much else that I can add, except I'm just going to go over the criteria for entering the competition. So you have to be between the ages of 18 to 25. All right. Um, what else? That's basically it. Come with right. Once you're of that age, you enter. Um, it is a platform where you are going to benefit. There is nothing that will be taken away from you.
Hmm.
Everything will be added onto you. There
Definitely.
will be so much training. Your confidence will go up. Your public speaking, the way you can address people, that will go up. If you have a talent, we're going to help you with it. We're going to train you. You're going to know how to execute on that talent. We're going to help you to build your cultural awareness. You're going to find yourself reading more, paying attention to the news, and knowing what is going on, not just in Jamaica, but across the world. So everything will be added on to you. It's gonna be one of the best decisions that you make if you decide and come in to the Miss Jamaica Festival Queen. You cannot lose. So I encourage our young people to take this up and to enter our competition.
Awesome. Awesome. All right. So there you have it. You've heard it directly from the queens themselves, sharing their journey, the benefits, the challenges, and how they overcame. And that's what it's all about. We are overcomers and we are walking with our crowns, even when you don't
Yeah.
see them there, they're always
Always
there.
there.
Yes, and it's beauty from the inside out as we continue to serve our beautiful island home of Jamaica. Always representing wherever we go. Love for self, love for each other, love for country. Thank you so much, Queens, for sharing space with me here on the Serenity Resource Connector. Looking forward to connect with you all on other aspects because there are so many other things that we can discuss that we can share on. We'll be certainly following you to see your journey and to share with our other young people as they too can learn some of the things that you have learned along your journey so that they too can impact their communities, their parish, and not just Jamaica, but globally because we little but we talawa.
Okay.
Thank you so much. For those who joined us live, for those who are watching the replay, thank you for tuning in. And just in case you missed the beginning, you want to go back, a lot of sharing took place,
Information.
journey of the competition, and you heard from the queens themselves. It is actually a platform for cultural ambassadors and nation builders that helps to groom you as individuals, giving you this fulsome, wholesome persona as the Jamaican woman and soon to be man. All right. Thank you again for
All
joining.
right.
All right. Take care, everyone.